The sound of snow falling.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down the biggest players in Game of Thrones and looking at what they've been up to since the show wrapped in 2019.
There's not a single person on earth I'd rather kill people with.
Thanks, Mom.
Number 10, Alfie Allen.
I want to fight for Winterfell, Lady Sansa. If you'll have me.
Theon Greyjoy was a hard character to like in the first 2 seasons, but through some harrowing experiences and Alfie Allen's strong performance, audiences grew to cheer for him. Allen earned an Emmy nomination once the show finished, and hasn't slowed down since. In 2019, he took on more light-hearted work, appearing in Taika Waititi's Jojo Rabbit, as well as the coming-of-age comedy How to Build a Girl.
We must never forget that it's a miracle when anyone gets anywhere from a bad postcode. And we must always be respectful of miracles.
He's appeared in several TV shows in smaller roles, but in 2022, he made his Broadway debut in Martin McDonagh's Hangmen, for which he earned a Tony nomination. Next, he'll play the lead role in McVeigh, about the infamous Oklahoma City bomber, a performance that has already received praise at the Tribeca Film Festival.
What is dead may never die.
Number 9, John Bradley.
I can't steal her. She's a person, not a goat.
Game of Thrones featured a lot of characters hardened by life. Samwell Tarly wasn't one of them. John Bradley played the soft-mannered brother of the Night's Watch to a T, and has appeared in several other high-profile roles since. In 2022, he took on supportive roles in director Roland Emmerich's disaster film Moonfall, as well as the Owen Wilson and Jennifer Lopez-led rom-com Marry Me.
People love their artists to bare their souls, then vilify them if they go too far. Well, I'm not going to let them do that to her.
Although neither of those films performed particularly well with critics or audiences, it was interesting to see Bradley spread his wings with vastly different material. He reunited with the creators of Game of Thrones for Netflix's Three-Body Problem in 2024, for which he has stated he hopes will make audiences see him in a different light.
There has to be a bigger mission. There always is.
Number 8, Ian Glenn.
There's a beast in every man, and it stirs when you put a sword in his hand.
As Jorah Mormont, Ian Glenn played a steadfast ally to Daenerys Targaryen. Loyal out of love, Glenn embodied the character's sense of duty. He's appeared in a few movies, such as Disney Plus's Black Beauty, but has mostly stuck to TV work since Game of Thrones finished. He showed up in DC's Titans, where he played the iconic Bruce Wayne in the 2nd and 3rd seasons.
I wasn't exactly on great terms.
In my experience, when people part, it rarely is.
He played another supportive character in Apple TV's Silo as Dr. Pete Nichols, and voiced the weary Just Belmont in Netflix's Castlevania Nocturne. But if you're interested in seeing him in a leading role, you can catch him on the Amazon Prime series The Rig, about a group of oil rig workers who must contend with supernatural forces.
I'm responsible for everyone. But you always think you could do better, right? Well, what's your great idea? Come on. You know best. You tell me.
Number 7, Nikolaj CosterWaldau.
The things I do for love.
Jaime Lannister had a stellar redemption arc on Game of Thrones, and Nikolaj CosterWaldau nailed the character's drive. Since wrapping the show, his work has been a bit outside the mainstream. In addition to starring in multiple films from his native country Denmark, his work in the US has been more low profile. He played the lead role in thrillers like Brian De Palma's Domino and Nick Cassavetes' God is a Bullet. He also starred in the Apple TV mystery series The Last Thing He Told Me, alongside Jennifer Garner.
I was so surprised this was happening. I got to sit, have dinner, and be with you. It was just... I felt that part of my life was over.
DC fans may have seen him pop up in a cameo for 2023's The Flash, which reunited him with Mama director Andy Muschietti. Next, he'll play William the Conqueror in BBC and CBS's King and Conqueror.
The gods won't mind. They spill more blood than the rest of us combined.
Number 6, Maisie Williams.
A girl is Arya Stark of Winterfell. And I'm going home.
Maisie Williams played the fan-favorite dueler Arya Stark and has kept very busy since the show ended, in more ways than one. She jumped into the thriller genre in 2020 with The Owners and Marvel's The New Mutants. She also hasn't shied away from deep TV roles, such as the miniseries Pistol based on the UK punk group the Sex Pistols, and Apple TV's The New Look, which tells the beginning of the Dior fashion brand in World War II era Paris.
You can be too concerned, overly pointlessly concerned and fussy. And all it does is cause you to worry more.
She hasn't just stuck to acting, though. In addition to co-founding a production company and the artistic-centric social media platform Daisy during the show's run, she's also an environmental activist. In 2021, she became a global ambassador for the World Wildlife Fund.
We need nature, and it needs us.
Number 5. Sophie Turner.
You're going to die tomorrow, Lord Bolton. Sleep well.
As Sansa Stark, Sophie Turner's performance upheld grace and dignity in a world in desperate need of it. 2019 was a bit of a rough year professionally speaking. On top of the divisive final season, she reprised her role of Jean Grey in the panned Dark Phoenix. Since then, she's taken on smaller but meatier roles, such as Margaret Ratliff in the Max drama miniseries The Staircase. If you didn't watch Netflix's 2022 dark comedy Do Revenge, you likely still saw one of her scenes as it went fairly viral.
I don't do cocaine! I don't even know what it looks like. I don't know what it looks like!
On the personal side, Turner married singer Joe Jonas in 2019, giving birth to 2 daughters in 2020 and 2022. Sadly, Jonas filed for divorce in 2023.
Joe states in the filing, quote, "The marriage between the parties is irretrievably broken."
Number 4. Amelia Clark. Amelia Clark became a pop culture icon in Daenerys Targaryen and received 4 Emmy nominations for her portrayal.
I will do what queens do. I will rule.
It was no easy feat. In 2019, Clark opened up about 2 brain hemorrhages she suffered while filming the series. She also founded her own charity, Same You, to help younger people suffering from brain injuries, which earned her a Public Leadership in Neurology Award from the American Brain Foundation in 2020. In terms of acting, she starred in the holiday rom-com Last Christmas and joined the MCU as Gaia in the Secret Invasion miniseries.
That's not who we are. And that is not who I've become.
Next, she'll play historical figures Jean Kerr in McCarthy and Constance Lloyd in An Ideal Wife, as well as play a lead role in Netflix's animated adaptation of Roald Dahl's The Twits.
Nigay Daenerys gel masmo hen Targaryen entrot, en Valeria wipoana gariksan. Valeria munuengos nuhis isa.
Number 3. Lena Headey.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win, or you die.
Game of Thrones had many villains, but Cersei Lannister may have been its best. Lena Headey played her phenomenally, earning 5 Emmy noms across the series. Since then, it's more likely you've heard her rather than seen her. She voiced characters in Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance, Infinity Train, and Netflix's Masters of the Universe Revelation.
Sorry, sorceress. I'm not Clawful, but I can be.
You may have also heard her in the video game The Artful Escape, or as Superman's mother, Lara Lorvan, in DC League of Super Pets. Of course, she hasn't just stuck to voice work. She starred in the 2021 action comedy Gunpowder Milkshake, and you can currently find her on the MGM Plus sci-fi series Beacon 23.
The Beacon Keeper is uncooperative and hostile. He's hiding something.
Number 2. Kit Harrington.
They were born on the wrong side of the wall. Doesn't make them monsters.
With his incredible fighting skills and unbreakable sense of humor, Jon Snow was one of the easier heroes to root for in Game of Thrones. Since finishing the show, Kit Harington has only made a few more appearances. The most noteworthy was as Dane Whitman, aka Black Knight, in the 2021 MCU film Eternals.
I'm Dane.
Hello, Dane.
Well, I guess you must be the pilot.
He also starred in the 2023 thriller Blood for Dust, but his franchise work has hit a bit of a roadblock. He began developing a Jon Snow spin-off series in 2022, but plans fell through in 2024. Around the same time, he also revealed things were unclear about when his Marvel character would show up again. He'll next star in the supernatural horror flick The Beast Within.
I didn't want this. This cursed. It gets harder to control the rage.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Peter Dinklage.
That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
With pitch-perfect casting and fantastic writing, Tyrion Lannister was a favorite among favorites. The role turned Peter Dinklage into a star, winning him 4 Emmys and a Golden Globe, and he has only expanded his repertoire since. He's appeared in Family Friendly fare, voicing characters in the Angry Birds movie 2 and Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. He earned his 2nd Golden Globe nomination for 2021's Cyrano, based on the play he starred in that was written by his wife, Erica Schmidt.
Sometimes illusion is kind. Is it? I think so. Read a book or two, you'll find out.
He then joined the Hunger Games franchise through its 2023 prequel and appeared in Jerry Seinfeld's 2024 Netflix comedy Unfrosted. Dinklage is an incredibly varied performer. Next, he'll appear in another adaptation of a play, this time as Dr. Dillamond in Wicked.
In today's Oz, a real sorcerer who possesses true magic has become all too rare.
What's your favorite performance of a Game of Thrones cast member outside of the show? Let us know in the comments.
She wasn't prepping us to be X-Men. She was prepping us to be killers.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.